These are my all projects and all my samples, and here are my two outcomes. This is my first project. It's about the culture of ethnic minorities in my hometown. I have done a lot of research. Here are some e-fabrics, and I found that the e-culture has rich colors, different accessories, and patterns. Because of these elements, I do a lot of samples. Later, I found that many traditional e-bordered patches and areas have some interesting geometric elements. This reminded me of the Peter Malavich, who was also skilled at using interesting geometric elements and vivid colors in his paintings. So I combined the two and conducted some interesting sample experiments. Next, in terms of structure, my inspiration came from a e-wedding. At the wedding, I saw a combination of traditional e-clothing and some modern garments. I found it very interesting to see both types of clothing appearing at the wedding. Therefore, I clutched these jackets and leather coats with some traditional e-customers and extracted some silhouettes. I also combined the samples for this part of the structure. Then these two outcomes are inspired by some samples made before and some interesting silhouettes extracted from the e-wedding. And then this is my second project about marks on the human body. And here are some neat samples of marks for inspiration. I think those marks on the human body have their own meaning. These marks always carry an experience and they are wonderful and colorful. So I made neat samples inspired by some scars on different people's bodies. Then on the big and small mannequin to do some dropping experiments and draw something. And then I took these samples and put them on some model garments just like normal human clothes, and they spied and got some scars. Then I did some experiments and I made some collage alongside the experiments. And then that's my layup. And this is final outcomes is a dress I made with 3 samples. And then here is my third project, which is about me want to break the constraint of small garments to women. I want to break down these small garments and then add some to them, which are fabrics of different shapes. Then add them to the structure of the clothes and then put them on the mannequin to try to do some dropping. And then there's all this experimentation with different clothes, such as short t-shirt or a very tight skirt or a combination of 2 pieces of clothing together. Then, when I was extracting colors, I conducted a research on artists. I found a female painter, Lenora Carrington, who has a rebellious spirit all her life. She thinks that women should not be constrained by society and family, so I think she fits in with my project. Then here, I combined her drawings to design some prints, and then printed some prints on clothes of different materials. I also used these prints to combine with dropping before. Then I extracted some interesting elements from her paintings and combined them with my previous ones. Then here is a fabric research. And then here is some looks and layup at the end of drawing.